Hey everyone, here we have an example of division of polynomials, and in this particular example I'm going to demonstrate division with synthetic division. In the next example I will demonstrate division with long division, and this way you see an example of each type. The next one actually does not permit the next example will not permit synthetic division, so that's why I'm opting to use long division there and synthetic here, since synthetic is allowed to be used on this example. The next example, I believe, also will not have a remainder, whereas this one does, but the way we write a remainder is the same no matter what. All right, so let's get into this example. Now, how do we know that synthetic division is allowed? The thing that you're dividing by is the key to figuring that out. It needs to be 1x to the first power plus or minus a number in order for synthetic division to be allowed. Okay, so 1 is usually invisible as it is here, and that one also invisible as it is right there. So this is of the right form. It's a linear binomial with the leading coefficient, the term, the constant in front of the leading variable, of 1. So what do? You're going to take the thing you're dividing by, in this case it's x plus 2, and you're going to set it equal to 0, and we're going to subtract 2 from each side. The reason we're doing this is we are solving for x, and we're going to get negative 2. Negative 2 is going to be the number I put in the box in the top left corner. Then going across, taking into consideration any necessary placeholders, I'm going to write out my coefficients. So cubed, second power, first power, constant, I have everything accounted for from my largest power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start writing everything out. I got a 1, negative 4, 3, and 2. Now the reason most people end up getting a synthetic division question wrong, there's 2 reasons. The first reason is they end up putting the wrong number in the 3 reasons. Wrong number in the box. So people are going to put positive 2 instead of negative 2. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is people don't drop down the first number. They start multiplying early. So remember, your first step is always your leading coefficient will always just drop down. Okay. And then the other reason is people forget placeholders when necessary. So just those are the top 3 things to watch out for. So here's what I was saying. You're going to drop down the 1. It doesn't become already negative 2. You're not multiplying. After this is where we start. Bottom times box. We write it there. Add them straight down. Repeat. Bottom times box. Add them straight down. Repeat. Bottom times box. Add them straight down. This last box that I'm boxing off there, that is our remainder. This is not your answer. You don't just turn that in and call it a day. We use these numbers now to kind of build the polynomial the same way we pulled those numbers from a polynomial. So what does this mean? Well, I had an x cubed and it was divided by an x. My answer is going to be an x squared. So you could write the 1. You don't have to in this case, but it's 1x squared minus, trickle down your power, keep decreasing by 1, minus 6x plus 15. That's our constant. And then our remainder. People do sometimes write plus and then put a negative above in the numerator. I find that odd in this kind of situation. I'm going to write negative as in minus, and I'm going to put the 28 up top. In the event that your remainder is a binomial or trinomial, I might do plus and then whatever signs I get for the remainder. That wouldn't happen in synthetic. That'll happen only in long division. So if your remainder is more than a monomial in long division, I would write plus and just put those signs that are with the remainder in the numerator. I'll elaborate on that in a different example, but if you're in the regular academic level of Algebra 2, you may not really have to worry about that for right now. And our denominator is the thing we're dividing by, x plus 2. Don't put negative 2 down there. That's another thing I was seeing people do. They were like thinking, oh, I have to put the thing I divided by, which is this. Yes, but what was that representing? It was representing x plus 2 in this synthetic process. So make sure you go ahead and put down that correct denominator, the thing that we're truly dividing by. So there you have it. Remainders get written that same way all the time. Hope you feel smart. If you got the right answer, put a thumbs up. Wrong answer, put a thumbs down and go find the division playlist and look for some synthetic examples. And I hope you're doing great. Click through for the next example of long division. Adios.